My guest this week is the brilliant Mr. Jamie Oliver.
Golden skin, tender meat, all infused with that incredible porcini. And joining it, the porchetta. Let's just get in there. Oh, come on. Look at that. Look how juicy that is. Oh, it's really crispy. The meat inside is tender. Oh, it's so good.
Please welcome Jamie Oliver.
Hello. Oh, this is real.
Yeah.
Always seen it on the telly and wondered.
Yeah?
It's good, isn't it?
It's lovely, isn't it?
Thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks for coming, mate. One thing I've often thought, do you, as a chef, get the day off on Christmas Day?
No way. No. I mean, I would want to cook, and I have to cook, otherwise we wouldn't get anything.
Right.
But also, it's like, I think that thing about cooking is it is a beautiful way to love the people you love, or even people you don't love, actually. It's a good way to give love. And there's nothing I like more than to cook for people, sincerely. Since I was a baby boy, grew up in a pub restaurant.
Yeah.
And actually, for 15 years, I've done the big Christmas, and everyone's come to us, and it's sort of like 30 people. And
oh, wow.
About 2 years ago, I'm like, just a minute, it's a bit like work.
Yeah.
Work. So last year and this year, it's just my mob. So my 5 kids and my missus. And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it kind of... And then on Boxing Day, we have the big old party. And it's a little bit controversial. Some people don't like the change.
Why?
You know?
What do you mean?
Well, they want to be at my house on Christmas Day getting my grub. You know, it's pretty good and it's free. So,
so the big Boxing Day party, but again, you see, you're working 2 days in a row. Because presumably you're doing nibbles for that.
Well, what I do, the Christmas dinner for just a small mob is fine.
Yeah.
But then, like, the next day you can do a big mob because it's just cheeses.
Yeah.
You can do the cold cuts, you can do all the pickles, you can just buy interesting things and make a couple of things.
Yeah.
I do a bit of bubble and squeak, knock out some nice bread, and that's about it.
I love the idea that your kids are walking around going, oh, I should have been here yesterday. Yeah, you have the leftover slop. We were living like kings.
Yeah.
Do you have any, like, Christmas traditions, like weird sort of family Oliver
Not
traditions?
really. I mean, there's one weird one that is new to me from last year.
Right.
That I don't condone. Right. Which is like, my missus is like an incredible mother. Like, and she's an amazing wife, been with her since I was 18. And there was all this noise last year. Apparently this has been going on for 3 years.
Right.
And there's this new tradition that she's basically gone to all my kids, and we've got like 1 million kids, right? And downstairs, and I'm coming down, and the noise. And as I'm getting closer and closer, and I'm just hearing all this, fuck, bollocks, fuck. And I'm like, what on earth is going on? I go, what's going on? And she goes, oh, they're allowed to say any rude word they want, just for 1 minute a year. I'm like, it's really... But also, like, you know, I love it, but I don't like it. My boy's like, you know, he's only little, but also he never swears, so he got this permission just to go nuts. And I'm like, how did you know that? It's like, and making them rhyme as well, you know?
I love that. I think that's... And now also...
Now there's like people all around.
Yeah, exactly.
What would they do in your village? How would they say it? You got 1 minute.
You got 1 minute, really go for it. All the words you know. Fuck shit, balls, fuck cat. Do you have like the lowdown on what's going to be the next Christmas tradition? Like, as in, like, because like a couple of years ago it went mental with goose fat. We suddenly like, right, you got to put goose fat on potatoes.
That was my fault. Sorry.
Was it?
Yeah.
What was it like? Why?
Well, I used to just say little things like, you know, like.
But it really worked. I felt sorry for the geese.
Well, when you cook the geese, there's a lot of rendered fat that comes off it. And
sexy.
You don't throw that away. Well, no, the thing is, like, you've got your olive oil and your butter, but, like, some of the most important and delicious meals in the world, they would never waste anything.
Yes.
And, of course, if a goose was the original Christmas bird, not the turkey, that was, like, Southern American stuff that they brought in just recently. I don't know why I'm talking like that.
Yeah.
You've got me going...
I like it.
No. But I'm translating to you, so you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
Everyone used to...
Yeah, go on, mate, go on. Yeah, I got it. Go.
Yeah, so
go.
just... You got to add pucker, though. Yeah, just like... the original Christmas meal was goose, and that would take a year to grow. And that would be a wild, free-range, grass-fed, you know, and blah, blah, blah. So
and presumably that goose has the minute swear as well when he realises what's going to happen.
1 minute before we cut you down, you can stare in the... But no, that's... I mean, it is delicious.
There's something I found out. This is probably... I don't know if you know this, but did you know that there was a survey done recently and women said that they found your cookery books more satisfying to read than 50 Shades of Grey? Did you know that?
I don't know how to take that.
That's one of the lines. But with that in mind, I thought as an early Christmas present, if you're willing to do this for the ladies of the nation, we've got your banging beef stew.
Right.
And can we make this sexy? Can we have just a bit of music, put Jamie in the mood?
Oh, for the love of God.
Would you like to read it out in a sexy way?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
There it is.
Where do you want me to start? On the title or in the method?
No, just the method.
OK.
Here we go. This is for the... This is... OK. Go on, Jamie, go on, my love.
Can you turn the music up, because I need to get into it?
Yeah. Is that your sexy face? I like it, man. Music down a bit, in case things get too solid.
Preheat the oven to 160.
Oh, yeah.
Gas, Mark 3. Place a large, shallow casserole pan on a high heat. Deseed the peppers and chop into fingers.
Oh!
Then place in the pan with a tablespoon of olive oil, a pinch of sea salt.
Oh, yeah.
Black pepper, allspice.
Yeah.
Chop that beef.
I will.
Stir into the pan with bay. Crush in the unpeeled garlic. Through the garlic crusher. Fry for 2.5 minutes. Toss in regularly. Loosen with a splash of water. Or in your case, cider.
Nice.
Mix up, taste, season to perfection, and serve. To be honest, I have done pervier recipes than that. Sometimes I do write a couple of naughty ones in every book.
Have you ever used food to arouse? So, like I'm saying, if you ever cooked a meal, gone, this is the winner, I know my wife will love this.
Ah, well... No.
Have you not?
No, I mean, I always try. When I cook for my missus, I don't just cook something. I try and say, you all right, babe, how you feeling? What do you think? Try and get to what she needs, what she fancies. She sometimes gives it to me, sometimes she doesn't. But sometimes I'm left just hanging. That's terrible.
That doesn't have to go in.
No, it can all go in. Oh, that's worse. Yeah, shut it in. Yeah. Oh, God, this is the brilliant, unconventional interview. No, I think, look, if you're talking about food to arouse, I think anything made, you know, anything made can be lovely.
Yes.
I did once try to do it erotically, and I cooked in the buff on Valentine's Day, but I had a brand new oven and I cooked a whole sea bass stuffed with herbs and white wine and olive oil, of course, and I opened the oven and the steam shot through and just, if that's my penis, going, Gablah! and it was incredible. I'm not going to go into the detail, but that was a frozen food green giant moment.
Ho, ho, ho.
But I would definitely... I think it's honestly, and on a serious note, because out of every lesson in life, you've got to learn things. Never, ever cook naked. It's really dangerous.
Which is fascinating coming from the naked chef.
Yeah. I tried so hard as well. I had Sade on and everything.
The other thing I didn't know about this, that am I right in saying that you cooked for Barack Obama?
Yes.
How was that?
Cool.
And how does it work when you cook for somebody that famous? Do you just cook for them, or do you then get to sit down with them and eat?
Well, it was a different gig because it was the G20.
Right, wow.
So it wasn't just him.
Yeah.
There's a few others there as well.
Wow.
But it's quite funny cooking at number 10 because it's a rubbish kitchen.
Is it?
It is so rubbish. If you do anything for the royals, they got it down, they got the kitchens, they're methodical, they got protocol, they got gear, they got equipment. And number 10, it is properly rubbish.
Wow.
They didn't even have matching state plates. And I'm like, well, I can't put down like a pink one here and a blue one there and a cracked one there and that one's got a crest. That's a crest from 100 years ago, that's a crest from 10.
Yeah.
So I said to the head of the household, look, I don't want to be rude or disrespectful or nothing, but do you want me to buy you a set of new state plates? Because this is really embarrassing. And it was embarrassing. But
So did you buy them?
I offered, because I worked for Royal Worcester at the time,
Right.
and they'd made plates for 300 years. I don't know why. What is this?
I like it. I love it.
I don't know why this is happening.
Listen,
but
I'm happy
I haven't
with it.
even had a drink.
Would you, if you were asked to cook for Donald Trump, would you?
Do you know what? My instant reaction would be absolutely categorically no, because, to be honest, I'm kind of hoping that I don't have to go to America while he's in power. I'm kind of like, I don't know if I can hold it out, but I'm going to try.
Yeah.
But probably not. I think I would bite the bullet. I think I'd be professional, and I think I'd cook with all of my heart and my soul, and I'd just use all of my training as a nutritionist to cook things that really make your arsehole loose. What's quite funny is if you quickly graze around the audience, there's a couple of Americans, and clearly they voted for Trump because they're going...
Or maybe
I love him.
Maybe they're doing impressions of his puckered arsehole. What's next?
No, what's next for me? I've just spent 2 years travelling around Italy, working with mainly sort of 85 to 95-year-old nonnas, grandmothers.
All right.
Grandmothers, so the key holders of the old recipes.
Oh, wow. That must have been amazing.
Oh, man. I mean, like, just to work and spend, most importantly, the time with these women and hear their stories. And I'm talking from the north to the south, east to west, up mountains, to the lakes, to the islands. You know, areas where the recipes don't get lost, they don't get watered down.
Yeah.
And it's just their life lessons.
So presumably you're getting just full of, like, this wisdom and food.
Yeah, and beauty and culture and that family vibe, which I think translates to all of us.
Yeah.
And
that sounds amazing.
Do you know what? To keep learning, I went back to school 4 years ago and started to study nutrition, and to be a student again, it was a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And like, I think
that freaked the shit out of the other. But no, presumably it must be that moment where it's Jamie Oliver.
No.
No.
I kind of cheat because I basically get them to come to me.
Well,
so I do 5 hours on a Friday and then only go in for practicals. So I passed my first course, now I'm doing a master's, so that'll probably take me another 2 or 3 years, so fingers crossed. You never know, you might see me in a cape with one of those little hats doing that.
You're an inspiration, mate. You really are.
Thank you.
It's like I'd never realised how impressive you were until I met you. No, honestly. No, but it's just because you're kind of always there. You're on telly and you're cooking food and you're being brilliant. But when you sort of spend time with you, you're a fucking great bloke.
Oh, thanks, mate.
And it's really lovely to meet you, isn't it? It's sort of that lovely moment of just really great. Thank you very much indeed. Coming on the show, right? Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Jamie Oliver!